In this video, we will break down how the Golden State Warriors built the greatest dynasty in the NBA, their journey through multiple championships, and why this era of dominance will never be replicated. Let's begin with the foundation, and it starts with drafting Steph Curry in 2009, Klay Thompson in 2011, and Draymond Green in 2012. This formed their little big three, I guess you can say, and it's weird, I know. Klay Thompson drafted after Curry, but yet before Draymond? It's weird, but that started the core of this Warriors dynasty. And the foundation of this dynasty was laid throughout the draft. Like I said, they just drafted their three: Klay, Curry, Draymond. And honestly, it became the league's most dangerous shooting duo. That's why they're the Splash Bros. Then you have Draymond Green come in, a second rounder who became the heart and soul of the team. And honestly, I mean, this guy was doing everything for the team. When you think about it, he was Defensive Player of the Year. This man was grabbing rebounds. He was the heart. He was the Dennis Rodman of the Warriors. He became the glue for this team. And it was never the same when you look at it with Curry out or with Klay out. Whenever Draymond was out, you saw the difference. Then we have the Steve Kerr effect. When Steve Kerr hired in 2014, he came in with a new philosophy. And this philosophy was spacing, ball movement, and small ball lineups that honestly revolutionized the game. And this was the turning point for the Warriors. Again, whether you want to have the We Believe Warriors, it starts here in 2014 with hiring Steve Kerr. With the introduction of this new offense, the offensive system that emphasized spacing, ball movement, and three-point shooting was quite literally the most perfect offense you could ever make for this trio. And it wasn't just effective, it revolutionized the NBA. Steve Kerr unleashed the full potential of Steph, Klay, and Draymond, which led to a style that teams across the league would try to emulate, and a lot of teams could not. You want to sit there and say that I'm wrong, I get it, but when you start to see players and teams that are on fast breaks that could just take layups, instead they're doing a 2v1, then you kick it out to the 3 and they hit a 3. It's that small change that we see. Because it's a 3-ball centric league, they're not taking the layups anymore. No, I'm gonna sit there and take a 3, and that changed the game. And that also leads me into the first championship, which was the 2015 championship run for the Golden State Warriors. After 40 years, you see two men, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, the Splash Brothers, go in and take the league by storm. We're seeing threes drained everywhere on the court, things that we have never seen before. And the Splash Brothers became a nightmare for opposing defenses. That season was the season the Warriors finally returned to greatness after 40 years, and they won the championship. Steph Curry ended up taking home the MVP award, and that began the dynasty. I know you want to bring up LeBron. LeBron deserved to win. Not Kevin Durant, sorry. Kevin Love and Kyrie, and they were injured. I get it. Hey, I understand. But when you have Steph Curry, the regular season MVP, going stupid and then winning in the finals, come on. We're not even going to bring LeBron up. Until now, when the Warriors go on and lose to him after choking a 3-1 lead. And you know what's more painful? I am a Warriors fan. I had so much hope after the Warriors came back 3-1 against OKC. I was like, oh, ain't no way we're getting stopped now. And then we got stopped. I mean, LeBron, obviously. Greatness right there. Top 2. But after that loss to the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2016, a heartbreaking finals loss. And as a fan, I hated it. Curry got ejected, Draymond, this and that, whatever excuse you want to use. There was one big move, and that was Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, one of the biggest free agents of that 2016, decided to make the greatest jump, and I would say greatest as largest jump we've ever seen from a free agent signing in NBA history. This move painted him as the villain. I mean, think about it. A team that kicked you out of the playoffs, and then you go and join them? Hey, the Warriors fell short in the 2016 finals, and they needed something to push them over. Could they have gone back without Kevin Durant? Probably, but if you can get Kevin Durant, why not? And this is the move that solidified their place as an unstoppable force. The Warriors, already dominant, now had 4 All-Stars on the floor at the same time, creating a super team that many believe was the greatest in NBA history. And I will venture to say, yes, it was the greatest in NBA history. Who are you going to stop? Genuinely. Oh, let me stop Steph Curry. Cool, great. I got Klay. Don't worry, I got Clay. Cool, I got KD. Okay, who's going to stop Draymond down low? You weren't stopping him. I'm telling you right now. And then Iguodala, and I would love to bring up the most underrated man in that Warriors dynasty. Sean, never miss a mid-range Livingston. That mother effer could hit every single mid-range. I think he had a 95% shooting rate from within the arc. I mean, this guy was insane. And having that now core dynasty of those MVPs and those all-stars on the team, what happens in 2017 and 2018? They go back to back. We're talking about the Warriors. We're talking about KD winning finals MVP twice. Did Curry deserve to win once? Yes. But the Warriors solidified their place as a dynasty. And with Kevin Durant on board, the Warriors were unstoppable. I mean, he took home finals MVPs. The Warriors' dominance wasn't just about winning. It was about how they won. They dismantled teams with precision offense and suffocating defense. These two championships cemented the Warriors as one of the greatest dynasties in NBA history. Honestly, no one is beating that team. I don't care whatever team you want to put up against. No one is beating that spacing. Sure, let's bring up the Shaqs. Let's bring up all the heavy hitters down low. Cool, great. What are they going to do when I rain 35-foot threes on their head? Absolutely nothing. And that's what the Warriors game plan was. You have the Kevon Loonies, you have all those that you throw in whenever it's a close, you want to see a game out because you don't want to get out rebounded. Sure. But the real test of this dynasty came in the 2019 finals where injuries to Clay and KD ultimately, and I want to say, ended the Warriors dynasty, at least for a bit, when they lost to the Toronto Raptors. I mean, look, dynasties face adversity, let's be fair. But two of your biggest stars getting injured on the run, which then leads to your finals loss to the Raptors, it sucks. And Durant's Achilles ended the time that he had with the Warriors, where then he left to Brooklyn and ended the Warriors era of dominance. And I will say, if you watch back when KD came back that game, I'm pretty sure he was like 8 for 8. The dude did not miss a shot, and then his Achilles just gave up on him. I mean, we're talking about some of the greatest shooters you've ever seen on one team. And that 2019 season, it was a lost season. I think they could have went back, and I think if they did and everyone was healthy, KD would have stayed. But he didn't. So then you got the lost years, I like to say, from that 2019 to that 2021 era where the Warriors drafted James Wiseman. I thought he was a great pick at the time. I was wrong. But then you have the resurgence of the Warriors in the 2022 championship. The Warriors came back from all the injuries and they end up winning the 2022 NBA championship. I mean, just when you thought it seemed like the dynasty was over, the Warriors proved their resilience. Clay returned from 2 devastating injuries. Curry played some of the best basketball of his career. I mean, this guy is one of the best, and honestly, I'd like to say one of the best point guards of all time. Have your magic, whatever, I don't care. But with that, the Warriors made a triumphant comeback, winning in 2022. And this title wasn't about dominance. This one was about perseverance and the heart of a champion, because we're seeing the Andrew Wiggins, all of these players, the Gary Paytons that are coming up, and they're making a difference. And that's what dynasties do. You lose a top player, it don't matter. I got everyone back then. I got everyone fighting for the same goal. One of the biggest reasons of this dynasty is Steph Curry. Let's be real. I mean, his impact on the game goes beyond the Warriors' success, right? It starts with Curry, and I don't want to say it's going to end with Curry, but it will end with Curry. He didn't just lead the Warriors to multiple championships. He changed the way basketball is played. I mean, three-pointers are now a must and a priority in the league because of him. His ability to shoot anywhere from the court is unlike anything I've ever seen. And Curry is considered to be the greatest shooter of all time in many people's eyes, including mine. He is the greatest shooter. Maybe not the shot creator, but shooter, yes. His legacy as a transformative player is solidified, and his place in NBA history is unquestioned. So yes, the Warriors will be considered the greatest dynasties of all time, and I am very, very confident to say no one will reach that ever again, because too many things fell in the right places. It genuinely did. Who thought KD would have went to Warriors, right? Not me. But they transformed the game. I mean, the draft day decisions to get their core 3, and then everyone taking, say, relative pay cuts to keep the team together. I mean, I don't think anyone will ever replicate it. So, do you guys think the Warriors had the greatest dynasty of all time? Do you consider the Michael Jordan led Bulls. What is your favorite moment from the Warriors run? Drop your guys' thoughts in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like. And it was a pleasure having you for this amazing video. As always, it's been Studs.